high-profile sporting event of the year, accused of getting there by cheating. The New England Patriots, of course, who beat the living daylights out of the Indianapolis Colts this weekend. The question, did they do it in part by using footballs, 11 out of 12 of them, according to ESPN, which contain less than the regulation amount of air, making them easier to throw and easier to catch? Did they deflate them? And if so, what exactly should the league do about it? Big questions for a league that's already obviously faced one big scandal recently, and a team, the Patriots, who've already been caught cheating once. That's a big deal for all parties, not to mention the fans, including our own John Berman.
The second half of Sunday night's AFC Championship game began with confusion.
We're all looking at each other. None of us know why it was held up.
Officials stopped the game. Was there a problem with the ball? We now know this could have been the first public sign of Deflategate. But it might have actually started here, late in the second quarter.
Intercepted by Aguero. Jackson.
This Colts linebacker became suspicious about the Patriots football he had just picked off, noticing it felt like it didn't have enough air. According to Newsday, his head coach was notified, and within minutes, it soon got to league officials. So why would the Patriots ball he had just intercepted be any different than the ones his own team was using? It turns out both teams supply 12 footballs to officials to inspect before the game. Then each team controls their own footballs when they're in possession. If a quarterback is throwing a deflated football, in theory, it is easier to grip, easier to throw, and easier to catch. The Patriots did go on to score 28 more points in the second half, but whispers of foul play began almost immediately.
Some reports post-game last night that the league is looking into that the Patriots were deflating the balls within the game. You heard about this story? Do you know the story I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Would you care to tell me if you were deflating balls?
No, I have no idea.
Patriots head coach Bill Belichick was also asked about the accusation during his weekly radio interview.
I really don't know what to say or know anything about what we're talking about here. So whatever it is, we'll cooperate with them best we can.
And this is not the first time that Belichick's team has been accused of cheating. In 2007, he was personally fined $500,000 for having an assistant spy on the New York Jets by videotaping their sideline signals. The team also lost a first-round draft pick. As far as the NFL, they have publicly acknowledged that they are investigating and said, "We are continuing our review and will provide information as soon as possible." According to multiple reports, however, the NFL has already found that 11 of the Patriots' 12 footballs were deflated. If found guilty, penalties could include fines and a loss of draft picks next year, but few believe Deflategate will stop the Patriots from playing in the Super Bowl.
John Berman. John, you wrote a piece for CNN.com today, and I want to read a little bit of what you wrote. You said, on quote, "If the reports are true and somehow the New England Patriots deflated 11 balls in the AFC Championship game, then shame on me, screw them, and shame on me." A bit harsh, no?
Look, I took what I didn't think was a particularly controversial stand, which is to say that cheating is bad. I mean, look, if they deflated the balls, and I'm still hoping there was some act of God or meteorological reason that the balls deflated, but if they did it intentionally, it was cheating. It may not have affected the outcome, but cheating is bad whoever does it. And I'm not sure that it's harsh to say that.
I want to bring in someone who knows about how this could, sort of how the handling of balls is done there. I want to bring in Mike Pereira. He's the former vice president of officiating for the National Football League. Currently, he's a Fox Sports analyst. Mike, thanks for being with us. How could this have possibly happened? I mean, does it make sense to you that balls could be tampered with between the time they're checked and when the game actually starts?
Sure, or you could even say during the game, too. Look, it's easy to deflate the football. All you have to do is put the needle in it, and air is going to come out. The balls leave the locker room. They come in at 2 hours and 15 minutes before game time, and the referee really does only two things. All he does is check to see if the ball retained its new or nearly new properties, and also if it's inflated properly. As long as those two things are okay, he marks it with his own mark, and then they take the balls out and give them to the ball boy. So the balls left properly inflated. And at some point, now, it's a big if as to how, but at some point, 11 of the 12 were down a couple of pounds. So it's we saw this before with kicking balls. It's the first time I've seen it with regular balls, but to me, it's probably simple, really easy to deflate them.
And in between the time they leave the ref and they're used, they're just, sitting in a bag on the sidelines?
Right. You have ball people on the sideline that carry a certain amount. The extra ones go over by the replay monitor inside the little gated area, and you have a security guard there. And really, the balls are then rotated every time the Patriots had their ball on offense, their ball came in. Anytime the Colts had their ball, they were on offense, then their ball would come in, and then there's a special ball for kickers. So really, the ball is in the hand of the ball boys really more than it is anybody else.
Rep, can I ask a question here? A lot of what I'm reading online from my fellow Patriots fans who used to like me, who now don't, is, look, every quarterback does this. All quarterbacks, they like to scuff their ball like a pitcher does in baseball, or every quarterback likes their ball with a certain amount of air in it. If everyone does it, is it still cheating?
Well, if everyone scuffs it, look, if they're in their hands all week, and they can prepare them. They can rub them with the brush. They get into the tackiness that they want. They can do all of that, and that's perfectly legal. But you can't deflate them. I mean, the balls have to be, it's 12.5 to 13.5 pounds per square inch of pressure in the ball, and if you deflate them, whether it creates an advantage or not, it's cheating. I mean, and it's not the first instance of cheating that we've had in the NFL. There's a reason why officials go into the locker room before the game and before the second half kickoff, and they pat down random players because players wear silicone on their jerseys so they can't be grabbed and inside blocking. It's tough to block that way. So there's cheating that has gone